Plaza TV presents the ImPlazables virtual improv show, performed from their houses to yours. And here's your host, Luke Hunt.
Hello, internets. This is the ImPlazables presented by Plaza TV. That thing right there. We are giving you an improvisational comedy show tonight. All of our suggestions for our scenes have been brought to us by comments on our Facebook page at Plaza Theater Company. And our players have no idea what any of these scenes are going to be. They will be making these scenes up as they go. Without any further delay, let's introduce tonight's ImPlazables. We have Madison Heaps, Rachel Hunt, Michael Lain,
Hey!
Jesse Bowron, and Freddy Martinez.
Hello.
Here is our whole crew of ImPlazables just for you. Our first game is called Talk or Die. Our players, all 5 of them, are experts in a topic that has been suggested by an audience member. They must talk about that topic with authority while they are full screen on your screen. When the new player comes up on the screen, that player will have to take over the explanation without any delay. If they delay too long, we will yell die and they are eliminated. Tonight's suggestion for Talk or Die comes to us through a video submission by Charlie Barris. What did Charlie suggest?
Okay, Charlie, what's something someone might be an expert in?
In making pictures.
ImPlazables, go!
Well, first off, I gotta say, making a living as doing or making pictures is the best thing in the world. I mean, who doesn't want to make pictures? Everybody. Nobody wants to be a photographer. Everybody wants to do and make pictures. You find these things and you take a picture and you make the picture of it. And you're doing it.
And I think that the important thing about doing and making pictures that people don't understand is that if you're not doing it, you're not making it. If you're not making it, you're not doing it. I mean, that's simple math. And I don't want to say that I'm an expert in making math, but I will say that I know that much to be true about making pictures.
Doing and making pictures is something that has to be done together. You can't do one without the other. You can't color if you don't also draw. You can't photograph something if you don't also arrange the thing that you're photographing. So all pictures have a doing and a making component that cannot be separated.
That can easily be accessed if you access your body's chakras. So part of doing/making pictures is not a physical thing. It is all mental and all heart. So if you're putting your full energy into it, and I mean full energy, that's when the magic starts to happen.
And by full energy, we mean that you grab your camera and then you just start sprinting at whatever it is that you're going to take the picture of. You're going to take a picture of the Mona Lisa, sprint to the Mona Lisa, take the picture, then run back and go take a picture of something else, because that is what you need. Your chakras will propel you into taking these amazing pictures as long as you're always using your energy. Go run.
Run towards anything that you can do and make a picture of, because if your chakras are misaligned or blowing up, it's just not good. It's not good. I mean, it's the last thing you really want to happen is having your chakras blow up.
And that is how we play Talk or Die, the ImPlazables!
Hooray to us.
Now, for our next game, we'll be playing a game called Pieces of Paper. We're only going to have 2 players involved in this one. That's going to be Madison and Michael. And they are going to be having an argument. Now, we'll get to the suggestion in just a moment. When we play this game live in the theater, we'll have some little strips of paper, little pieces of paper that will have random lines drawn on them as, random sentences, things that could go into a conversation, and they'll be lying on the ground. And the players will have to pick those pieces of paper up and read them and say them as they're reading them the first time, as if it's part of the scene. Well, since we can't do that, since we're all in different places right now, our wonderful tech booth is going to put these pieces of paper up on the screen, right where it says pieces of paper now. Now, Madison and Michael, your scene, you are arguing about a brand of toilet paper. This has been suggested by Aaron Seiler.
Oh.
You are arguing about a brand of toilet paper. ImPlazables, go.
So I was looking, and in the aisle over there, they do have Scott brand toilet paper. That's really the only one that they've got right now. Is that going to be okay with you?
I gotta say, Scott brand. I mean,
it's not a bottom tier toilet paper, but it's definitely not a top tier toilet paper. You know, when my dad was always choosing toilet paper when I was younger, he would look at it and he would pick it up and he would say to me, "Excuse me, I understand that you like taking naps, but I don't." So that was sort of like a metaphor about toilet paper. I felt like he's a little senile, so I won't read into it too much, you know.
I can't say I blame you. I mean, your dad saying something like that about Scott toilet paper? I mean,
if this is the only brand that is at this store, are you going to be okay buying this? I mean, I really don't want to go to Walmart.
Well, is it really that much of a hassle to go to Walmart?
Well, to me, it's like we have to go expose ourselves to another place, and it's wasting gas, which is hurting the environment. So I feel like maybe this time we can make this sacrifice. What do you say?
Well, it's like I always say. When I was in the backyard, my sock fell off and went over the fence.
Oh yeah, you always say that.
It's my catchphrase, literally.
And I know when you say that, you mean that you just can't compromise right now, which I understand. But I'm asking compromise. You know what my great aunt used to say about compromises. She had this saying. She would say this: "Mommy, I'm not joking. I'm not kidding, and I'm not playing. I need chocolate. So if you want me to go to Walmart to get your special brand of toilet paper, I'm going to need you to buy me some chocolate, because I feel like that's a fair compromise."
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, who doesn't like chocolate? I mean, and let's face it, getting chocolate without having to get Scott's paper, that's pretty great. I mean, I always say that, you know, sometimes I like to listen to Taylor Swift in my room and cry about cats that have died.
Yeah.
All the time. I mean, cats. I mean, I can't even talk about it right now. Hang on.
Here, don't upset yourself. You know, whenever I was upset, my mom would always say to me, she would say this if I was upset: "Darth Vader is a really crabby guy. I think he lives in Australia." And that would just make me feel a lot better. That calmed me down, knowing that since I live in Texas, I don't have to worry about Darth Vader coming to get me.
Absolutely. He's probably got Scott paper, you know, piled up in his back room like
he definitely
nobody's
does.
business.
Yes, he definitely does.
Oh.
So if you buy me chocolate, I'll go ahead and I'll go to Walmart and I'll get some different toilet paper, okay?
Okay. And you know, while you're in Walmart, I always say, while you're in Walmart, just go ahead and I will miss you while I'm sleeping.
So you're going to go home and take a nap, and I'll go to Walmart. Sounds like a deal.
Yeah.
High five.
And that is how we play Pieces of Paper.
That was fun.
Our next game is called Slogans. In this game, we're going to involve all of our players, all 5 of our players. This is one of our step-out games. They're going to come up with slogans for things you wouldn't normally think would need a slogan. Now, the first thing we're going to come up for a slogan for is a kitchen appliance. And this suggestion comes to us from Darla Pugh, and it is a coffee maker. A slogan for a coffee maker. ImPlazables, go.
You wouldn't think it'd be the only thing that brings you joy in the day, but it will be. A coffee maker. There will never be enough left in the coffee pot from whoever drinks it before you.
Coffee makers do not need slogans, really. You have one, you want one, you can't live without it.
Coffee maker. The only thing keeping you from throwing your kids out a window.
A coffee maker. There will always be someone to criticize how you make coffee, and it's always going to be a guy in a beanie.
All right. Our next item for a slogan is something that you might find at a hardware store. We'll do a couple of these. Our first one is suggested by Hannah Stewart. Fertilizer. A slogan for fertilizer. Go!
Fertilizer. Put something dead on your plants.
Fertilizer. Eventually, it's got to smell good.
Fertilizer. That stuff stank.
A major ingredient in explosives.
Fertilizer. We all know a hippie girl who makes her own, and we judge her.
Fertilizer. If it can stop Biff in Back to the Future, imagine what it could do for your plants.
All right, let's go to another thing you might find at a hardware store. From Sandy Fields, a hammer. A slogan for a hammer. Go.
A hammer. It won't be there when you need it.
Hammer, the tool most likely to get misplaced. Also most likely to cause you a bruise on your thumb.
A hammer. It's hammer time.
A hammer. It doesn't have ham in it.
It's what you put in your sandwich, ham or whatever you got. Also a euphemism when you want to call somebody a tool but want to be more subtle.
Slogan for something you'd buy at a grocery store. Let's go with fruit. A slogan for fruit. Go.
Fruit. 90% of it will just rot in your fridge. Don't buy it.
Fruit. Don't kid yourself when you say you're going to make banana bread with that spoiled banana. It's never going to happen.
Fruit. The perfect prop for your Instagram photo.
Fruit. Let it rot on your counter.
And that is Slogans, ladies and gentlemen. Implausibles, yay! Our next game is called No You Didn't. We're going to have a conversation here with Freddy, who has done something truly epic. The thing is, Freddy likes to embellish a little bit, and I have to call him out on it just so that we can get the true story of exactly what happened. Now, the something epic that he did comes to us tonight from Hannah Stewart. Freddy has just been to all 7 continents. Tell us all about it, Freddy.
So the other day, I woke up, like you do, and I decided to go over to Hobby Lobby to get some crafting supplies.
No,
and
you didn't.
I went to Chuck E. Cheese's because I heard that Chuck E. was going to be giving out autographs, and I was really, really excited. So I went to Chuck E. Cheese, and as I went up to Chuck E. Cheese, there was a billboard next door that it said, "See the world," and there was a map of all of the whole entire world. And I was like, man, that's a very suggestive billboard. I think I'll do exactly what it says. So I didn't go to Chuck E. Cheese. I went home, and then I started packing up my things for everything that I would. No, I didn't. I left without packing anything because I'm just not a very prepared guy. So I started walking in whatever direction I thought the next continent would be. So I walked that way over there. And so as I was walking, I noticed that my feet were kind of tired. So I went and I bought some new shoes because I was going to be walking for a long. No, I bought a first class ticket in a plane because who's going to walk?
You didn't.
No, I didn't. I went and I got my car because I don't have money. I don't want to go into an airplane right now. That's craziness. So I got into my car and I'm driving around. And so I drive that way. That way just happens to be Mexico. So I went to Mexico, and then I went through Mexico. I went through Central America, and I ended up in South America. And so I looked around. And I was like, South America. Cool. And I got back into my car. And so I didn't know where else to go. So I went as further south, and I hitched a ride on a boat that was going for Antarctica.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I got on a little raft that was there, and I had a little tiny motor, and I took the raft all the way to Antarctica. Luckily, there was a big ship coming by, so I took my rope and I latched onto the ship, and it sped me along very quickly. I got to Antarctica, and I was like, wow, I can't wait to go see Santa Claus. But as you know, Santa Claus doesn't live at the South Pole. I didn't know that. And so I was walking along, and there's a penguin. I was like, oh, hello, penguin.
No, you
and
didn't.
then no, I didn't. I ran for my life because penguins are my biggest fear. I hate penguins. I started running and I couldn't deal with it. So I ran so fast that I went straight across Antarctica and I went right into Africa. I ran so fast across the water. I went right into Africa, and so I'm in South Africa and I'm looking around and I'm like, man, this doesn't look like what I thought South Africa was going to look like. And I looked over and there's Madagascar. So I went over to Madagascar because I've seen Madagascar. I didn't go to Madagascar. I hate that movie, so I didn't want the lemurs to be singing around me. I like to move and move it. No, I didn't want to do that. So I go further north, and then eventually I crossed the Sahara Desert. And I went in there and I put on like a scarf and some goggles.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I'm not gonna cross the Sahara Desert. It's hot. I'm a big guy. We don't do well with hot. No. It's too sweaty. So I actually went around the long way, and then I ended up I ended up in Jerusalem, and I was like, oh, hello, okay, now we're somewhere new. So I went through Jerusalem, and I went up north, and I don't know what's north of Jerusalem, but I got there, and so I got there, and then I decided, okay, I'm gonna go left. So I went left and I started walking, and then I saw, oh, that looks like a goat herder and his cart. So I hitched a ride with him, and
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I stole the cart and the donkey, and we just started riding along. And so eventually I ended up in Europe, and I was in Europe, and I went to Italy because I'd always wanted to be inside a boot. And so I went to Italy, and I was like, and they didn't know what I was saying. So I went over, and then I decided I'm going to meet the Queen of England. So I start trudging up over to London, and I get up to the gates of Buckingham Palace, and I knock on the gates, and they open with a chorus. Ah! And I walk in because they know me, and so I walk in and I walk into Buckingham Palace, and the Queen greets me personally, and she says, "Oh, hello, Freddie. It's nice to see you again after all these years." And I said, "Well, Queenie, it's nice to see you. You're a swell gal."
You didn't.
No, I didn't. I don't know the Queen. I just ran in there. I pet all of her dogs, and then I stole an ashtray. And then I booked it out of there because I had to go to Russia. I wanted to go to Russia. I just wanted to go there. So I go to Russia, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Stravinsky, blah, 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 blah." I didn't know what they were saying because it's Russian. So I rushed out of there, and then I went to Asia. And so I oh my gosh, Asia is a lot bigger than you think it is. So I went to Asia and I crossed it in one fell swoop. I took a running leap and I just leaped across Asia, just like that. And all of Asia. I landed in Japan. I was like, hello. Didn't. No, I didn't land in Japan. I left so far. I landed in Australia. G'day, mate. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in Australia. How am I going to get back? How am I going to get back anywhere? So what I decided to do is I got a group of kangaroos, tied them to a sleigh, and so they hip hopped me over to. No, they didn't. I didn't get kangaroos because they're really strong. They have really strong back legs. So all of a sudden, I decided, you know what? I'm really, really tired. I'm just gonna go straight home. So I got into a flight, and I didn't because the virus is going on, and I couldn't get into a flight. So what am I gonna do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I got onto a rocket because Australia has these really high-powered rockets, and I have experience with rockets for those viewers who have seen this show before. So I got into a rocket, flew over to America, and then now I'm sitting here because I needed to tell you the story.
And that was an epic journey, Freddie. Yay! Impossible! Now we're going to try a new game tonight, one that we haven't done on the internet before, called Do Run Run, which gets its name from the song in the early 1960s. Now we're going to bring all of our players in on this. They're going to be making up new lyrics to Do Run Run based off of your audience suggestions. They're each going to get a phrase of the song that must rhyme with whatever word you suggested. If they take too long or they blank out, they are eliminated, and we go to a new suggestion with the remaining players until we get down to just one who has to do the whole verse. So they're going to go from top left to bottom right on your screen in order. Our first suggestion comes from Denise Jasper, and the name is Bob. Bob is your rhyming word. Go.
I met him on a Monday and his name was Bob. To-do run, 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 to-do run, run.
And he went to the...
That was too long. And so that will eliminate Michael. We're down to 4. We move on to our next suggestion from Susie Burrow. The name is Pat. Go.
I met him on a Monday and his name was Pat. To-do run, 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 to-do run, run.
He had to go home and get his cat. To do run, 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 to do run, run.
Do-do-do-do. Yeah, but his cat was fat.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do. That, and he went and splat.
Do-do-do-do. Yeah.
And then he ate a bat. To-do run, 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 to-do run, run.
I'm going to eliminate Freddy on that one because I couldn't hear him anyway. So, bye, Freddy.
What? I said it.
We're going to move on to our
Savage.
You got to do what you got to do. Moving on to our next suggestion from Tara Woody. It's Jeff. Go.
I met him on a Monday and his name was Jeff. To-do run, 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 to-do run, run.
I didn't know what to do, so I guessed. To-do run, 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 to-do run, run.
He said that he would try his best. To do run, 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 to do run, run.
To-do-do-do. Yeah, he was a chef.
Do-do-do. Yeah, and that's a guess. Do-do-do. Yeah.
He's probably blessed. To do
Run, run.
Good job, Implausibles. That time around, I have to eliminate Jesse because he went out of order. Blah, 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 blah. Bye, Jesse. We'll see you in the next game. Now we're down to just Madison and Rachel. The suggestion comes to us from Meredith Jepson, and the name is Cher.
Okay. I met her on a Monday and her name is Cher. To-do run, 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 to-do run, run.
She was so beautiful, it wasn't fair. To-do
To-do
run, run,
run,
to-do
to-do
run,
run,
run.
run. To-do-do-do. Yeah, she had long hair.
Do-do-do-do. Yeah, and it gave me a scare.
Do-do-do-do. Yeah, I tried not to stare. To-do run, 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 to-do run, run.
Hey, ladies. Okay, I have to eliminate one of you. It was done perfectly. Madison, you're in the next game, so bye. Move on with just Rachel on your solo. Kyle Sorry, Kyle. I messed up your name. The name is Joe. Go.
I met him on a Monday and his name was Joe. To-do run, 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 to-do run, run. I found out he had a brother named Joe. To-do run, 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 to-do run, run, do-do-do-do. Yeah, and you know, do-do-do-do. Yeah, I'm going slow, do-do-do-do. Yeah, and I got lost. I can't think of anything else.
Okay. Well, we all know coming to do run, and those are our implausibles. For our next game, we're going to have one player only on a little solo game called PowerPoint. And we're going to have Madison do this. I feel bad for eliminating her in the last game. So this one's all hers. Now, Madison is going to be an expert in a specific topic. Now, I'm going to bring the rest of the team in here and see if they can suggest what it is that Madison is an expert in. What do you got, guys?
Landscape architecture.
Chakra.
Chris. Reiki.
Pillsbury Doughboy.
Pillsbury Doughboy. Let's go with that one. So,
Okay.
Madison
Sounds good.
is an expert in the Pillsbury Doughboy. Now, she's going to give us a speech about this while narrating a PowerPoint presentation. Now, the catch is she has no idea what's on the slides in the PowerPoint, and she will have to tailor her speech about the Pillsbury Doughboy to whatever pops up on her screen. Madison, go.
So thank you all so much for attending this speech. I'm going to be talking about my personal idol, who is in fact the Pillsbury Doughboy. So I've created a little PowerPoint to go along with it. So first I want to say welcome. Thank you for coming to my speech. I think you're going to be really inspired once you hear about the Pillsbury Doughboy. So first I'm going to start off by saying this is a map of the world. And right there you see it says Plaza, as in Plaza Theater Company, and as is I want the Pillsbury Doughboy to come to Plaza Theater Company and perform for us. He does the cutest laugh when you poke his belly, so I think that he should come to Plaza. So with that, I think here's the plan for getting the Pillsbury Doughboy to come to Plaza and join us, because I feel like it's going to be an eye-opening experience for all of us. The plan. 89, I'm not going to read that number. Whoa, that's a big number. That is the amount of people in Cleburne alone that agree that the Pillsbury Doughboy should come to Plaza. That's crazy. It's such a huge number. I'm not even going to try and read it out loud. This is another one of my personal heroes, Danny DeVito. I asked his personal manager if he thinks that the Pillsbury Doughboy should come to Plaza. And when he was asked to give his response, he just sent back this picture, which is him giving a big old thumbs up. So we're on our way to getting the Pillsbury Doughboy to come to Plaza. Danny DeVito supports us, so why wouldn't everyone else? Going on, this is a pie of pies, just talking about some different flavors that maybe the Pillsbury Doughboy would be interested in baking. So if you know, his whole thing is baking. He's a doughboy, and his favorite pie to bake is raspberry. So when asked our survey group what pie they would like to see the Pillsbury Doughboy bake, the large majority said raspberry. So I think that's what we're going to go with, and that's what we're going to suggest to him. $2. That is the entrance fee that we're going to have when we have the Pillsbury Doughboy come to Plaza. We're thinking that we're going to have the entire town basically coming to see the Pillsbury Doughboy at Plaza. So we're only going to charge $2 because we are a nonprofit organization and we need to make money from this event. We can't do it just for free, even though some people may be arguing that it should be free. It can't be free. Emergency awareness. Since we're going to have so many people at this event, we have to be conscientious of exit strategy in case there is an emergency. The Pillsbury Doughboy, he flies off the wall a lot, so we need to be careful around him. He's small, but he's mighty. So we're going to avoid elevators. Thank goodness there's no elevators at Dudley Hall, but if there were, between the time that we are making this presentation and we present the Pillsbury Doughboy, we may need to make sure that we're using the stairs just in case. Finally, I hope that was inspirational to you. Thanks, that's all. I put a little heart there because that's how the Pillsbury Doughboy makes me feel. He just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. And I hope you will agree and that you'll call your local congressman. Thank you.
Thank you, Madison, for that enlightening speech about the Pillsbury Doughboy. Before we go on to the next game, I just want to say that all of us are performers with Plaza Theater Company. All of us ImPlazables are. And we're doing this one absolutely free for you, but please feel free to donate to Plaza Theater Company at plaza-theater.com/donate. The little ticker is going across the bottom of the screen right now. I'm mirrored, so this is hard to do. Going that way. There it is. All right. Now, we're going to move on to our next game, which is called Packing for a Trip. Packing for a Trip is going to involve two of our players. We're going to bring in Rachel and Jesse. Now, they are packing for a specific trip. We've asked for a couple of audience suggestions on this, but before I get to those, let me explain a little bit about the game. You remember pieces of paper from back in the beginning of the show? This is a little similar. In the middle of the scene, I will occasionally be holding up a random prop, such as I might hold this up, because especially in the time of protective equipment, you wear this, you won't catch anything. So we will move on that way. I'll just hold up the prop, and they will have to incorporate that prop into whatever it is they're packing for that trip. Now, our first suggestion is for a type of trip, and that is a video submission coming to us from Megan A. Lyles. What did Megan suggest?
Hi, I'm Megan, and my suggestion for a type of trip is a whale watching expedition.
So, that is the type of trip. Now, they're going to a specific destination. For our destination, this is another video submission coming to us from Nathan Salter. What did you suggest?
Hi, my name is Nathan Salter, and my suggestion for a destination is Yellowstone National Park.
So, Rachel and Jesse, you are packing for a whale watching expedition at Yellowstone National Park. Go.
I'm so excited for our trip to Yellowstone. I've been looking forward to seeing those whales forever. You know how they have those stone whales that the Anasazi have chipped out of the bedrock there. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. We're gonna do some great watching of those whales.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see those stone whales just jumping out of that bedrock, I'm excited to see what they eat. I don't know what bedrock consumes, but it's sure going to be a great experience, I think.
I'm sure we're going to learn a lot. So in order to facilitate our trip, I'm packing some special items. You want to see what I've got?
Oh, yeah, please.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm packing is this item that is it's an antique camera, I think. Actually, I can't even see what that is. It is a black box, and inside that black box is oh yes, indeed, it is an antique Polaroid camera. So we're gonna take some pictures with of our whales with this, and the fact that it's a really old camera is going to be fine because the whales are made out of stone, so we don't need a fast shutter speed or anything. They're not really moving very fast, so we're not going to have any trouble. And this camera is, all I can afford, so we're going to use that.
Yeah, and it'd be great for scrapbooking. One of the items that I wanted to bring along for this trip was this thing here. And because, to sometimes get the whales moving, you have to have a torch. You kind of got to heat them up because, that bedrock is actually pretty cold, and they'll get really active if you put some heat on them. So, yeah, you get that torch and you put it on the bedrock and they'll start kind of getting active, and we'll be able to, use that camera and take some pictures of them. Definitely.
That sounds like a great idea. Although that didn't really look like it was real fire. It kind of looked like paper, but maybe the whales won't notice the difference.
I don't know if the whales know a difference between paper fire and whatever you said, real fire. But I think we'll be okay with the paper fire. I think it'll work out.
All right. Well, and if it doesn't, I can always just light the paper on fire, and then we'll have, real fire. And maybe you'll get to learn about fire if we do that. That'll be a great learning experience for you.
We'll see.
So, that paper fire, I'm not so sure that was such a great idea, but I've got something extremely useful that I'm going to bring that we'll definitely use every day that we're there. And this is, of course, a plastic trumpet. And we're going to need that, of course, because when we're hiking out in Yellowstone, we might get separated, and I need to be able to signal you if I, need to talk to you about whatever's happening. So, I might need you to scratch my back or, carry my bags, and I'll just blow that bugle whenever I need you.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to figure out which notes, will mean like an A note could mean a scratchy, scratch my back, and then a B note could mean that you need to help carrying things like that. I also hear that whales actually respond to the bedrock whale specifically will sing a beautiful song to you if you play certain notes. So we'll have to get into that and see if we can get those bedrock whales singing. No, you can't use my bugle. That's my bugle. You're not going to do it. You're going to have to bring your own bugle if you want to sing to the whales. Oh, well, I thought this was a, yours, mine, and ours kind of trip. I didn't think we were going to be that stingy with our things, but
bring your own bugle, buddy.
Okay. Well, you can't touch my paper fire. Then that's mine. And
okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. So, what else are you bringing?
Oh well, I actually got this other thing here, and it is. So yeah. I have this telephone, and I know. See, because I actually have a cell phone, but I'm going to be using this phone because I hear that whales still have landlines. The bedrock whales still use landlines. They don't use cell phones. And so if I do,
pretty slow for stone whales. So
yes, they're a little bit behind in the technology, and so I just want to make sure that I have the appropriate gear to be able to communicate with them.
So you're going to be able to actually call them on the landline and speak to them over the phone.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have to figure out their number. I don't know if they'll give it up. I don't know how to uh, entice a whale to give me their number. It's certainly going to be a new experience for all of us.
Well, obviously, you get a whale's number the same way you get anyone else's number. You just flirt with them. It'll work.
I'm nervous around whales. I don't know what they're into. I don't know what I can say. I mean, had you talked to whales? What would you say? What would you say to a whale to get their number?
Well, I wouldn't have to say much because I would just show them this next item that I'm packing. So this is obviously a crystal candle holder, and whales love crystal, especially stone whales. You know, they're all about the stone, and so this crystal is a beautiful thing that doesn't move, just like they don't move, and they'll enjoy this candle holder. In fact, you can even put some paper fire in the paper candle holder to, help have a beautiful gift for that whale.
That would be, it would be a nice token. I hope that we get to, kind of get into their culture and get to see what they do. And I'm hoping this crystal torch with the paper fire in it will definitely strike up some conversations between us and our different species.
I think that'd be great. That'd be great. So do you have one more thing there? I think you have.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, over here.
What do you got?
Yeah, this thing I got here. So. There is occasionally times when I am in my research, at least, I hear that bedrock whales can be a bit vicious, and their greatest fear is snakes. Believe it or not, they hate snakes, which is really interesting because their fangs actually can't even pierce their skin.
It's just one of those phobias, just sort of a senseless thing, like being afraid of antique furniture or something.
Exactly. It's like the antique furniture fear, and so we're just gonna have that just in case any bedrock whales get hostile. I'm not thinking that's gonna happen, but it's just in case. And I promise I will not harm any bedrock whales on this expedition.
But good safety tip to have that snake standing by just in case you need a weapon. That's great to know, just for safety. Excellent. All right. Well, I think we're ready, right? I think it's going to be a good trip. I think we're pretty much ready.
Absolutely. I think we should get going.
And that is packing for a trip. Implausibles, yay! Our next game is called Acronyms. And acronyms are everyday abbreviations that we're very used to, like CIA, FBI, ATM. We know what all of those mean. Well, acronyms mean different things to different people depending on what careers they have. We're going to invite all of our players in to be special guests in this game, and they're going to tell us what these acronyms mean in their line of work. But before we do that, we have to meet who our guests are. So who do we have up first?
Hello.
Hello, sir. Could you please introduce yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I'm Jeff, the fruit vendor.
Jeff. I'm just going to go with Jeff, okay? Jeff,
Okay.
What is it that you do?
I'm a fruit vendor.
I sell fruit vendor. I thought that was your last name.
No.
So, Jeff, you are a fruit vendor. Tell us a little bit about vending fruit.
Well, you have to take a lot of fruit out in the public and put it in a machine, and then it gets vended.
Oh, okay. I fully understand now. Jeff, the fruit vendor. Who is our next guest?
Hello, I'm Teddy the Tiger.
Hi, Teddy the Tiger.
Hello, yeah.
Is being a tiger your job, or do you have a job as a tiger?
Well, I'm a tiger at Carol Baskin's Big Cat Rescue. So occasionally I do have some tasks that she likes us to do.
I'm sure you're well fed.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. All right, thank you, Teddy the Tiger. Who is our next guest?
Hello, my name is Montgomery, and I am an invisible man.
Oh, hello, Montgomery, the invisible man. So is that all you do as your job? Is just be invisible? Does it pay well?
Oh, it pays marvelously, actually. It's a steal.
All right, nice to meet you, Montgomery. And who is our next guest?
Hello, my name is Maya Ruma. I am a decor expert from Canada. So I'm here to tell you all about how to decorate your room.
And so is there a difference between Canadian decor and American decor, or?
Oh sure. We specialize in mid-century modern slash boho slash Canadian rustic and moose decor.
Oh, I got you. Okay, could you tell me your name one more time?
Maya Ruma.
Maya Ruma decor actually makes sense. And we've got one more guest. Let's see if we can meet our final guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, final guest.
What up? My name is Dirk, and I'm a professional public menace. I like to cause problems within our society.
So you're a professional public menace. Does
Yes.
that pay well?
I'd say it does not, because I'm freelance, but I do what I can to get ahead in society.
Gotcha. All right. Now let's get to our acronyms. We want to find out what some of these acronyms mean in these careers. Now, our first acronym is CDC, which we're all very familiar with nowadays as the Centers for Disease Control. But in all of our other careers, with all of our 5 guests, I'm pretty sure that CDC may have another meaning for them. Let's talk to our fruit vendor. What does CDC mean in your career?
Well, in fruit vending, CDC, of course, stands for catch, descent, carry. When you're sending the fruit out in the vending machine, you know it's got to be caught, and it's got to descend, and it's got to be carried out to the person.
And our Tiger, what does CDC mean for you?
Carol Baskin is kind of, she likes to have a tight ship. So if the Tigers are messing around and we kind of see her coming, we say CDC, and that means careful, that Carol. And it's just a way that we can be aware that she's coming.
Excellent. Montgomery, tell us about what CDC means to an invisible man.
Oh, yes. Well, I used to work for the great David Copperfield, and what I would do is I would go into the audience while everyone was sitting down and take little bits of things from them. David Copperfield would call it controlling the crowd. I would take things from them, give it to him, and then he would produce it as if it were a miracle of sorts.
Excellent. Maya Ruma, what does CDC mean in Canadian decor?
Well, I'm so glad you asked me. This is about all my decor items. I, of course, have so many of them. I use them all the time. And so the CDC is my personal little closet where I keep all of those, and I call it the Canadian Decor Chasm. It's really just like this big gaping hole where I just throw stuff.
The Canadian decor, I kind of was expecting closet. Okay, excellent. And to our professional public menace, what does CDC mean?
So CDC is basically like a motto I have for myself to, just keep me aware. It's called causing destruction constantly. So I'm just trying to do what I can. I spray paint something on a car. I go throw a rock through a window. But I don't let myself rest. I will never rest on my laurels. I will always cause destruction constantly. You can count on me.
Always remember to cause destruction constantly. All right, we're going to do one more acronym with our group. And again, with everything that's going on, this is one that we might actually want to get in touch with. This is NASA, NASA, which to most of us is the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. But in fruit vending, I'm told that that's something completely different. What is NASA to you, sir?
NASA, in fruit vending, NASA stands for no artificial silly apples. You can't have artificial silly apples in your fruit vending machine. It's not going to work. People want real, non-silly apples.
Don't want any silly apples for sure. How about to our Tiger?
Well, what NASA means around here is to navigate around stripes agriculturally. And the reason why we say that is because we get like extremely, extremely bored in our cages. I mean, we don't have much to do, and so that's what we call our farming. We have a farm. It's called NASA. It's Navigate Around Stripes Agriculturally. Carol doesn't know about it, so I'd appreciate if you didn't mention this to her. But we like to, we have like a little market set up where we sell our tiger fruits that we plant.
Excellent. Montgomery, tell us about NASA, NASA.
Oh, yes. Well, I have been a part of NASA for a very, very long time. For me, it stands for National Association of Stealing Appliances. Now, every year, the NASA has a sort of bet as to who can steal the most appliances. And being an invisible man, I obviously win every single year.
And what does NASA, NASA mean in Canadian decor?
Well, I'm so glad you asked me. We are all about the high-end decor here at All About Decor. And so when we see someone's room that has way too much IKEA in it, we call it NASA because that stands for Nasty as a Scandinavian Ad. So we just don't like that at all. And NASA is our code word for we got to get all that IKEA out of there and get something more expensive in.
Got it. And our delinquent up there, what is NASA?
So, as you know, I'm a professional public menace, which means I also do trainings for other people looking to become a public menace, you know, helping them out. So this is my personal acronym for training them. It stands for Need a Snapchat Account. So not only do I cause destruction physically, I also like to go onto Snapchat and cause mental destruction.
That is Acronyms from the ImPlazables. ImPlazables, yay!
Okay, guys, I am hijacking the host spot for a second to explain our next game. We're going to be playing a game sort of similar to PowerPoint that I played earlier. It's called News Network. So we've got two newscasters. They're going to be giving a special broadcast using some news clips that they have yet to see, but they're going to make it work and make an awesome newscast from these clips. So I'm getting word that our reporters are ready. They're going to come on screen and they're going to give you their newscast. Take it away.
This just in here at Plaza News Network. A couple was out walking their dog earlier today and had the police called on them for looking in other people's mailboxes. When asked what was going on, they said the dog just likes to sniff mailbox posts. We have video of the scene. Let's go to our clip. Something was still amiss.
Now, I'm getting word here that there was some trouble in Godly, Texas. There was a protest on lemonade stands, is what I hear, and I think we have a clip from that today. As you can see, it was a very, very lively protest.
Thank you, Freddie. And in other news, we have heard that lawn mowing has become the new sport for the now rescheduled 2021 Olympics in Japan. We have video of the training sessions going on. As you can see, the Japanese competitors are all cats because cats are best at mowing lawns with those little Roomba things. Freddie?
Hello. We have breaking news right now. It seems that at a TJ Maxx, there are thousands of people running in and trying to buy some clothes at very discounted prices. Let's go there now.
That's not good. No. It's not good.
And as you could hear our reporter on site, it is not good.
It was quite a rush to get those items at TJ Maxx. Lately, there has been runs on certain supplies at grocery stores. Let's go to the video.
'Cause I saw Tiger, now I understand. I saw Tiger, Tiger saw me. I saw Tiger, Tiger saw me.
That obviously is the new advertising plan from HEB.
Now that is it for our daily news update. Join us next week when we discuss how brownies can save your life.
And this is PNN.
Good job!
And now our final game of the night is called Hotspot. Hotspot is a singing game. Our players are going to be singing songs that have to connect either by the lyrics in the song, the bands that performed the song, or whatever the song was about, or the show that the song was from. It all has to connect as we go. Now, to do this, we have to start off with a word that can be in a song often. Our suggestion is by video, and it comes to us from Nicole. Nicole, what did you suggest?
Hi, my name is Nicole, and my suggestion for a word that is often found in songs is baby.
So, baby. We've got to incorporate baby into the song. Now, as part of this game, we're going to have a bounty band that if we get to a song that band has performed, everybody will cheer and scream. And our bounty band is suggested by Melissa Bennett, and it is the Beatles. So we start off with baby. ImPlazables, go.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my rock-time gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you leave me, honey,
I fell into the burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames kept burning higher. And it burned, burned, burned. The ring.
This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. Oh no, I don't know any other words to this song. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire.
I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. Hey.
These boots were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. I don't know the rest of the words, but I'm just gonna...
Cover girl, put some bass in your walk. Head to toe, let your whole body talk.
Walk this way. She said, walk this way. Walk this way. Walk this way. And again, I don't know any other words to this song, but it's by Aerosmith, so somebody help me out.
There was a time when I was so broken-hearted. Was a friend of mine.
Don't break my heart, my achy, breaky heart. I just don't think it'll understand. Break my heart. I don't know anything else. I'm Hannah Montana. You get the best of both worlds. Chill it out, take it slow. And then you...
I went to the year 3000. She dated one of the Jonas Brothers. But we lived underwater.
Under the sea, under the sea. Everything's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore.
Le poisson, le poisson. With a cleaver, I hack some in two. I pull out what's inside and I shove it aside.
Oh, we all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine.
And we made it to the bounty band. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Hotspot. Once again, we are the ImPlazables. And just remember, go to plaza-theater.com/donate. Plaza Theater really appreciate your donations at this time. We'll be back to performing live shows just as soon as we can. In the meantime, stay tuned to Plaza TV. ImPlazables, shout out your name to sign off. Who are you?
Madison.
Freddy.
Michael.
Rachel.
Jesse.
And I'm Luke, and we are the
Implausibles.